guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's show. It's a beautiful Saturday evening, and I am super excited about today's show because I know it's going to be an amazing show. So, I'm just going to welcome a few people here. If you are joining us, please let us know on the comment section. Say hello, say hi on the comment section so we can welcome you. If you're joining us, let us know on the comment section. If everything is fine, let us know as well so um, we can say hello to you because we can't start without you. What's the point starting without you? So, yeah, let us know in the comment section if you're here with us. If you're joining us, say hi in the comment section. Yes, hello. Let us know in the comment section if you're here. Say hello to us so we can welcome you. We don't want to start without people joining us. And please, if you're joining us, share. If you can hear us as well, let us know you can hear us loud and clear. That would be amazing. Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. So, if this is your first time, my name is Precious. Welcome to today's Precious Derrick Talk Show. I'm very passionate about families. I'm very passionate about relationship because I know it's all about a work in progress. It's not perfect, but we're all working to make it work, basically. So today's show is a beautiful show. I am so excited. I am so happy. Guys, if you can hear us, let us know that you can hear loud and clear. If you can hear, let me know that you can hear. Because I don't want to start talking without just talking when nobody's hearing me, basically. And please share on Facebook. Let people know we are live now. Share on Instagram, share on wherever social media you can share. Please share. Hi Rumbi, thank you for joining. Hi Miss Rennie 20, thank you so much for joining. Hello Rita Davison, thank you so much for joining. Right, we're going to start because we've got a lot to cover, so we're going to start. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about finding love again, interracial relationships, and family blending. So it's a massive topic, like it's so much to cover. And the good thing about this topic is the fact that our guest has experienced all of this. So we'll have someone on the show who is coming to talk from experience. I like when people talk from experience, not just from what they've read or from what they've studied, but when you study something and you experience it, it makes very, very good way to teach other people because you're talking from experience. So the topic is very, very interesting. And one of the things that made me think about this topic is the fact that most people live abroad, most people live in different part of the world, not where they were born, and we're having kids as well. So you never know if your child is going to get married to someone not from your race. How are you going to cope? Are you prepared? Are you ready for what is going to be happening? So this topic literally covers everything. So I'm going to introduce our guest. Right, I'm going to introduce our guest. Our guest today is Mrs. Connie Ashton. She's a beautiful black woman, a mother, and a wife. She's a career woman who has experienced everything we'll be talking about today. Finding love again as a mature black woman in a non-conventional way. Connie is happily married in an interracial marriage and in a blended family. She is well rounded in these areas and will be talking to us about the possibilities of having all of this against all odds. When I mean against all odds, I'm sure most of you understand what that means. So without further ado, I'm going to bring our guest. She is very beautiful. You won't believe how beautiful she is. And you won't believe that she's got a daughter that is an adult. Honestly, I wish I would be looking like her by the time I'm her age, but she's absolutely gorgeous lady. I'm just going to bring Connie on. Just a minute. And while I bring her on, and I'm also gonna to yeah. Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. How are you? What an intro. Thank you.
Well, you deserve all of this. Even you deserve everything. Honestly, you deserve everything. How are you, madam?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm so blessed that you agreed to come on this show because it's sometimes people tend to be people are private, everyone is private, but people tend to not
Yeah,
to share things like this. But I do appreciate that you really want people to learn from your experience. So thank you so much for coming. So
you're welcome.
So, guys, before we start, please share again. Share to your friends on Facebook. Let people know that we are live. Share to your friends wherever you are on Instagram as well. Let them know that we are live, basically, and on WhatsApp. If you have you're in a WhatsApp group, just send it to them. Send the link to them and let them know that look, something is happening here. Because if we have to go for a seminar for Mrs. Ashton to teach us, you're gonna be paying £1,000, okay? But she's teaching us, so you have to try and get other people to come and listen to us. Like, on a serious note, we're going to start. And before we start, I just want us to give. I want you to give us like a little bit of a background about yourself, not something massive, but just a little bit about yourself, so people would know who this person is, where she coming from, why is she telling us about this. So just people will know exactly who you are in a nutshell, basically.
Oh, thank you, Precious. My name is Connie Ashton, as you have said, and I'm originally from Zimbabwe. And I came into this country over 20 years ago. And I'm a mother, like you said. My daughter is a baby of 28 years old. And yeah, and when I came into the UK, we settled into Leeds. And after finding love, like you've said, love does crazy things. So I'm now in Sheffield, and I'm a career woman. I am a chaplain, a lead chaplain at Barnsley Hospital. That's where I work within the NHS. And like you said, it is quite a big topic that you have invited me to, and I hope I'll tackle all the areas that we have at hand. And again, I'm also learning, because in life you never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going also to use this platform to continue learning and to develop, as a mother, as a wife, and as a friend to many.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's just in a nutshell. But I know that you were so loaded. If I let's stop talking, let's just start. Because if you leave me, I'm going to be talking all day today. So we're going to start. This section is going to be divided into two. And it's going to be the first section is going to be finding love, and the second section is going to be interracial relationship. Please, if you're watching, you've got any questions for our guest, you've got anything to say, contribution, if you disagree as well, please let us know in the comment section. We're here to learn. Like our guest just said, nobody knows it all. So I'll be very happy if you can contribute, and also share your opinions as well. So finding love, this is the first section we're going to go on. The first question is, as someone who went into a relationship as a mature woman, when I'm in a relationship, the one you are in now, what were your deciding factors in wanting to find love? So if you want to advise someone who is a mature woman and who wants to find love, what would you say were your deciding factors that that person may want to think about to be able to help that person to find love again?
Mhm. Yeah. Precious, let me just start off by saying, you just don't wake up mature and finding love. But there are a lot of circumstances that comes with that. What made you to be at that age and finding love again? I can just look at the three places. or you can be single by choice, or maybe you were career driven and career focused, and before you know it, you are now mature. And let me just allow me to say, maybe for saying mature person, maybe looking up to after 40, maybe. And sometimes you have gone through divorce, or you are widowed, and in all these three things has made you to be single at a mature age. And or sometimes it just didn't happen, and now the deciding factor that you have to know is, I can find love at any age. It doesn't matter whether you are in your teens or your 20s, your 30s, or 50s, or whatever, you can still find love. The only thing that he has to do is, it can be frustrating, uh, with thinking it's not happening at the time that I want it to do. And again, maybe you have had your fair share of frustration, rejection, heartaches, of the past. And then you wanting to come into this experience. So, what you need to do is, have I dealt with all this that I have in my life, to find love again? So, that will be a deciding factor to say, I am beautiful, I'm wonderful, I'm the woman that God has created me, and there is that Mr. Right for me, that God has created for me. So never limiting myself, it was another deciding factor. And just saying, I'm ready. No matter what age I was at, I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready. And that was um, in my late 40s. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to do this.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I think there's something you just said now that made so much sense. Is about you working on yourself and you doing the inner work before
Yeah.
actually coming out to say I'm ready. Because one of the things I found out is the fact that when people go through maybe divorce, or maybe they not just, we're not just talking about widows as well, we're talking about widowers, living a relationship, or a relationship that ended in a
Mm,
tragic way, let's say death and all of that. One of the things people do is they jump into another relationship without actually sitting back to
mhm.
know, where am I, who am I, what am I going to be doing, this relationship I'm going into, am I going in as a burden to the next person, or am I going in as just to find comfort? But you said something that is really, really important. You looked at yourself, you worked on yourself, you decided in yourself what you wanted before
Yeah.
you launched. Thank you so much for that. But what are the steps can one take to find love from your experience? For example, now that you've decided that you want love, right? You want to find someone. How can you advise someone? Okay, what can you do? Do you have to go and start going for parties, or do you want to go to churches, any church program, you're there? How do you position yourself to actually find love from your
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah. You really need to be proactive, and finding the space where you want to be. So the thing is, we talked about working on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and now you've got that self love. And when you've got that self love, are you able to give that love to somebody else? So, with all these things, you just need to be patient and also stay positive, because you are at the right age of finding true love. And because it's never been said love is for certain people and not for others, because love is a beautiful thing, and once you are in it, and once you have experienced it again, you just want to continue giving it and receiving it. So when it comes to being proactive, I'm saying, where What are your circles? Who are you hanging around with? Right? And sometimes, even as a mature woman or mature man or whoever you are, but we all go to work. But you find that most times when at work there are outings and things like that, and especially as mature black women, we quickly say, "I'm going home." So you don't want to mingle with others and trying new things. And even at church, which church are you going to? Is that a place where you want to find love?
Mm-hmm.
And if it is that, how are you putting yourself out? Your grooming, how you dress, how you talk, how you present yourself. I'm going out to maybe uh, Marks and Spencer to pick something. How am I dressed to go to Marks and Spencer? Am I in my hoodie? Am I so the way you handle yourself will attract the right person. You don't have to go clubbing.
Mm-hmm.
If you still have the energy at that mature age, good for you. But then do those things. Go out, go hiking. I think I've once had Gokwan. I don't know if you know Gokwan. It says get a dog. When you take a dog for walking, you're bound to find people who talk
Absolutely.
to you
Mm-hmm.
because of your
Mm-hmm.
beautiful dog. I can't do dogs, but for those who can, that's good as well. So you just have to be on point. And being on point doesn't mean expensive. Whatever you have on you, it could be a dress from a charity shop or a top or something like that. It just has to be good and you have to look good. And your presentation should attract the right people that you want in your life.
Wow. Let me just get this back. I'm honestly, I don't even know what to say. I think you've covered the aspect of how you present yourself in terms of dressing,
Yeah.
in terms of positioning a little bit. I just want you to talk about the non-conventional ways that someone can actually find love. As a black person, as a black woman, just so many ways
Yeah.
we're brought up that you shouldn't find love. You can't go ask a man out, even if you know that that person is single and probably shy to even speak to you, and he maybe even wants to speak to you, but because he's shy, you going to make that move might start up something. But the way we were brought up, you're not you can't do
Mm.
that. So what are the non-conventional way? Because I know that you did something very, very non-conventional for you to find love. So what are the non-conventional way that you can find love
You
as
know,
yeah.
I know you are saying we were brought up in that way to say you wait for a man to pursue you.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can pursue a man, give hints. And one other thing that you can do is it is okay to go or to try online dating. But the one thing that you just need to do is research very well which dating site you want to be, know it in and out, and then put yourself out there. It is just the same as approaching someone because on your online dating, you are going to see the person and you say, "Oh, I like this one." Then you read, then you do your research as well. And these days, we are so much blessed. We've got Facebook, we've got what's this, Instagram,
Instagram.
even YouTube. So there are so many platforms that you can find love. But the thing is, with all these platforms where you can find love, the only thing is you just need to be careful how you present yourself, and as well as know letting your values being known. I'm a Christian woman, and when I went on that online dating site, I had to clearly say, I am Christian, I'm a Bible believer, and I'm a chaplain. So this is what you get. And I'm a minister as well in church. So those are the things that you need to find space and find time to do. You don't go into them blindly, because gone are the days where I would say, Precious, do you have a brother? Do you have an uncle? And sometimes if you don't have, who's going to do that? And again, I think in this country, or other those people who are in the diaspora, is that how we work. We work shift patterns, and so there's no time to do that because of the hours we work as well can be too long. So whilst you're on your night shift, scroll
Mm-hmm.
and see who you like. And once you finish your day shift or whatever, just do, that's how I think this modern day way of finding love has really brought us to.
Wow. Wow, wow. So, we're not just talking about a mature woman who found love online dating. She's also a Christian. She's also a chaplain. She's a minister. She's okay. Now, let's just, because sometimes people, there's so many barriers. Being a black person, we it's one thing that we don't really do, and being a
Yeah,
Christian as well. Oh my God,
yeah,
that's another layer that is like a barrier for people to go online.
yeah,
But we're talking to someone who is a Christian, a mature woman, a black woman, three barriers, three massive barriers, but
yeah,
decided to break those barriers and
yeah,
found love. So if you're watching and you just want that little bit of an encouragement, people are doing it. It's
yeah,
possible. Like Connie
yeah,
said, all you need to do is, as a Christian as well, is pray about it,
yeah,
then launch and ask God to just
definitely.
direct you. And
Hmm.
who knows, you might find someone online. So online
Yeah,
dating, like if there's something you said as well, why you on that night shift? Instead of going on Facebook and Instagram, you can just go through the online dating sites and just be deleting and adding, doing all the things you need to do. And that's another way of finding love while you're doing your night shift. So
yeah,
it's a very good thing you've said. Now let's continue. Let's go to the next question. Please, if you're watching, you haven't shared this video, I would please encourage you to share to everyone, because I know there are so many women and men, so many that just needs to hear this, and it will be a blessing if you can just share to that person and the person hears it from us. If you've got any question, let us know in the comment section. If you've got any comments, any opinion, whatever contribution, let us know in the comment section as well. So moving on to the next question. During the years of waiting to decide on what's the next in terms of relationship, what would you advise mature singles to be doing in preparation while waiting? I know you've touched a little bit about it, but I
yeah,
would like you to just elaborate on it, please.
yeah. The first thing you need to do is, because you just don't wait and sit and think somebody will come and then teach me some of these things. I can give you an example of myself. Whilst I was waiting, um, I started studying. I said, you know what? When they come, I need to be at at some point in my life. Um, then I went on. I did my master's. My daughter is, I'm sure she's there. She did a lot of proofreading for me whilst I was doing my master's. It was because I needed to keep occupied myself and um, making myself who I am today by developing myself intellectually as well. Because you never know who you find, you never know who God will bring into your life. Another thing is you always try new things, go for holidays, go to places, so that when this man comes, you've got something to talk about. You've got holidays that you have been. And for those mature people as well who are blessed enough to have older children, I know I used to take my daughters to all the nice little restaurants in Leeds. It was just to see that when I get somebody in my life as well, I can say, oh, I know this place, I know that place. I'm not waiting for this man to come into my life and start teaching me things, right? So that's the other thing. Develop yourself. That's another thing, either in studies or in things around you, holidays, and things like that. And also knowing yourself, um, because we all have our experiences. And that experience, there should be something that has you have done wrong or that has gone wrong. And how do I perfect it before somebody comes in? And we all have maybe other emotional baggages and things like that. Have I dealt with those baggages before I start a new relationship? Because there is nothing that is as difficult as bringing a baggage into a new relationship, especially emotional baggage. There is all things like rejection. Have you dealt with the rejection? There's heartaches. Have you dealt with that heartache? Now, do you know yourself? So, in the period of waiting, that's the period where you are perfecting yourself, knowing yourself, and now open yourself to love again. Because past experience can also stop us from finding love. And Black women, we are very good at it because we are brought up with that hardcore thing like deal with your emotions, and we don't talk about them, and then we close them up. But then, as well as being a Christian, is praying about it and asking God in all these things that you are doing. And then we might have younger ones as well, Black young women who are also looking for love. And the other thing is, whilst you are waiting for that man, the Mr. Right to come, pray for that, pray for yourself to say, God, present somebody to me, somebody who will love me, somebody whom I will love, somebody whom will respect me, somebody who I'll respect. So it works on all ages. And whether you are young or you are old, you need the most thing is self love.
Wow.
And the most other thing is have a clear mind on knowing what you want.
Mm. That's really big, knowing what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, somebody's going to give you something and you're going to
Yeah,
want it. So you need to have a clear vision. There's something you just said before, that self-love. I always say that you can't give what you don't have. And
yeah,
one of the things I learned, to be fair, this week is the fact that we as human beings, we tend to treat other people better than the way we treat ourselves. For example, I may want to get the best present for my friend. If my friend comes to my house, I want to make something very nice. But when it's time for me to eat, I'll just make myself cornflakes, or I'll just make myself Weetabix or something. So we don't really look after ourselves. We don't really love ourselves the way we love other people.
yeah,
So self love is something that is beautiful. You can't
yeah,
give what you don't have. And that's the reason
yeah.
sometimes, even when we're in a relationship where the guy is trying his best or the woman is trying her best to actually love us, we can't really see it because we don't even know what love is to
Mhm.
us. So, and people tend to express love the way they understand love. So love yourself while you're waiting. Love yourself. I'm just going to read a few comments on the comment section. um Gladys said excellent point. Reed Juliet TV said nice. Angie Gutu said well done, sister. Swetha Krishna said hi. Hey, Precious. Rumbi said yes. And Gladys said, what an amazing talk and openness. And she said a lot more things. Experience is the best teacher. That's true. Refine your character and attitude while waiting. Thank you so much for those comments. Please, can you keep them coming as well? I really do appreciate the comments. We're going to go to the next question before we go on the next thing we want to do. What qualities should especially women finding love again, not compromising? So obviously you've had a bad so most people didn't actually end a relationship because of a bad experience. It may be just
Yeah.
one thing or the other. So what
Yeah.
are the qualities that for someone like you who has experienced it, that you would say to a man or a woman who is finding love, these qualities, don't even compromise. You have to stick to what you believe in. You have to stand by these qualities and don't compromise. What would you say those qualities are?
Yeah. So when we're looking for love, it means you intend to, in a serious relationship, ultimately means merging two lives into one. So there are things that you, as a woman who is finding love, should never compromise. I think I'll just put five together at the moment. Um, the first one I would say is your faith. Never compromise your faith or your belief. I'm a Christian, I've said it. I love Jesus. Therefore, there is no way anyone would come in and change me for the sake of love. So that's a no compromising there. Because there's some people who come in and wanting to challenge, and not everybody is open to your faith and your beliefs. And what they think is, um, because if you love me, leave this and come to me. So that's number one. Your values. This is who you are at a very soul. So when you are meeting somebody, it means you maintain your values. Never compromise on your values. The other thing is your family and friends. Um, you need to be wary of any partner who tries from keeping you from seeing your family and your friends. It's normal that when you start maybe courting or dating, you see them less because you're wanting to spend time with your partner, but you also have to look at those red flags where they are saying you can't have to, you can't see them, and they're clingy and depriving you from seeing that. And another thing is your culture, because we are talking here about interracial relationships. Your culture, continue doing things that makes you feel like you are important.
Mm-hmm.
So never compromise on your culture. Yes, you can. Um, what can I say? I can't say you can downplay it, but it's something that is rich. It's your background, it's your traditions, but again, you don't impose those on somebody else, but you welcome them to it, and you teach them, you show them what it is. And again, maybe we can look at the way we eat our food. Um, here, maybe the white British, they wouldn't eat what we eat, our spicy food and things like that. And that's our culture, that's engraved in us. But if you find somebody who can say, let me show you this, then they don't turn their nose up and say, oh, this is rubbish, or this is too smelly. Why do you eat such things? Or why do you do things? And but that's who you are, that's your background. So I wouldn't want to compromise on my culture. And again, we talk about things and people like your self-worth. It is very easy where people might think you are desperate. So they just see you as anything. And the other thing is they want to put you in a box. Are you looking for a trophy wife or you are looking for a trophy husband? And the way they'll just say, when I need this black woman, I'll just lift it. I said, oh yes, I've got one. So your self-worth, know your self-worth. And I like what Oprah Winfrey once says, do not settle for a relationship that that won't let you be yourself. So those are the main things that I would not compromise at all. Um, but at the same time, be open to teach whoever comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for those five amazing points. I guess if you're watching and you're someone who wants to find love again, you may have so many other points or so many other values or things you want to add that should be on your list of what you're looking out for. But another thing I would want to say is that some people, because they haven't actually dealt with the stuff that they've been through, they tend to have, by the time they're going dating with a guy, they've got like a checkbox that they want to be ticking stuff and ticking and ticking and ticking, and not, they've actually not dealt with themselves even before doing all of that. I would say, from what Connie just said, everything you want to add to that list to make it something that you shouldn't compromise. Also, try to be open to learning. That's what
Yeah.
love is all about. Try to be open to learning. Don't be rigid. It's not
Yeah.
like these values are values that I can never ever ever.
No.
It's not that rigid, right? But those are your base, your foundation, some things that you're built on, your values and all of that. So be open minded, try to learn from the person, and the person will also want to learn from you if the person truly loves you. Right, guys. Thank you guys for the comments on the comment section. I really appreciate every one of you. We're gonna go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll go on the second section of this talk. We're gonna try as much as we can to just brush fast so we can finish and have a good evening and have a rest. So we're gonna go on a quick break, and we'll come back very soon. See you guys soon. Welcome back to the section. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I hope you're really enjoying it, because I am enjoying it. It's a topic that I think a lot of us would actually gain something from. And I know that there are so many mature adults out there who really want to find love. They just want someone to encourage them. They just want someone to just give them that little bit of a nudge. So I am very much um happy that you guys are with us. Please, on the comment section, just say something. Say something. I'm just gonna read a few comments. Tan Tender, good to say, never compromise your faith. Rumbi said so true, and Etel Momba Ndala said spot on, very important. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for staying with us. We're gonna go on the next section. I hope you've had a drink while we're on our break. I hope you've straightened your legs. You've done everything you're supposed to do. We're going to quickly go on the second section and try as much as we can to cover up. While before we start that, I'm just going to announce the next show. So our next show, which you all know, our shows are every last weekend in the month, which is either going to be Saturday or Sunday, depending on the day, but I always let you know quite on time. So we're going to be starting a series, and that series we're going to be talking about marriage relationships. So we're going to have set of single men that will come on the show and talk about the things they are looking out for in single women for them to be able to make up their mind. We're going to have single women that will come as well to talk about what they really want in a single man. We're going to have married men as well that will be coming to tell us or explain to people to say, if I was going to be getting married again, this thing, that thing, and the other thing are the things that I would really make sure that I don't compromise, and also advise the young men. And we're going to have married women as well that would come on the show to tell us their own side of the story. So it's like a 4 or 5 series of finding love, which is like marriage as well. So guys, the next show we're having single guys, and it's going to be the last weekend in May. It's going to be a beautiful show. So we're going to get Connie back on. I hope you've had a drink or something. So we're going to move on to the next section, which is interracial relationship. This is a very big one for me because sometimes I ask myself, what if my son decides to marry an English woman? What am I going to do? Because in our head as black people, or even the English people, or the Caucasian, or any race you're coming from, we always want to be within our race, within our tribe. That's something everyone desires. I don't think any parent will want to say, oh, you know what, my son can marry whoever he wants to marry. No, we always have that inner desire. So I always ask myself, what if my daughter decides to marry someone that is, I don't even have a clue what his tradition and
Yeah,
everything is? What am I going to be doing? And there is a chance it might happen because they are born here, they are growing up here. It's going to be
yeah,
tough for them to go back to Nigeria and go get a girl that they don't even know anything about. So I'm just thinking in my head. So if you're watching and you're in any part of the world, you need to listen very carefully on this aspect, because if you're not married to someone outside of your race, your children might do something like that. So get yourself ready, because you might be an in-law. So I would want you to get yourself ready. So let's go
yeah.
to the next part, which is interracial relationship. First of all, I want to say congratulations for on
Okay, thank
finding
you.
love, because the way you found love is something that I really do. It's kudos to you. As a black woman, you found love, not just finding love, but as a matured woman online, which 70% of people who are doing it now are mostly the younger people. But for a mature person to go online, position yourself prayerfully and find love, and you're
Yeah,
happily married. So one of the things I've done, I've gone to look at your pictures, and obviously your daughter is my friend, right? So I know how happy you are. It's not just talking. And I've seen you as well. Honestly, the first day I saw you when you came around at work, I was saying to Rumbi, I said, your mother is absolutely beautiful and happy. You can see that happiness all over you. So congratulations and well done for finding love, because you clearly seem happy. Now, the big question is, how did you, with all the hurdles, as a black woman, break into dating and happily married to a Caucasian man. And what would you advise women of color who have completely shut down that door of dating? Talk more of getting married to someone of a different race. That's a big question. Honestly, I want you to take your time and answer this question.
Oh, thank you. Firstly, I'm just blushing. I'm now blue black from all those comments. Yeah, I mean, there are hurdles, but the only thing that we need to know is the main. Once you know yourself, once you know what you want, and when you are praying, it's more like, God, give me a man who loves me.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you just start seeing color, that's the moment you do not get what God thinks is right for you. Because
Absolutely.
in my understanding and in my belief is God made everybody. So if I'm seeing somebody, I am seeing the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
I am not seeing color,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some people have shut down because they are seeing color.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a quote. There's something you said about your son bringing somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It can be he can bring a black woman, but from another nationality
Mm-hmm.
and things like. So we are all made in the image of God. So, for those who are wanting to find love, first remove the barrier of seeing color, of seeing nationality, of where you are from. Like I said, I'm from Zimbabwe. I would have said, "Oh, I want to get married to a Nigerian. I need to get married to a Zimbabwean man." Or I'm from Ghana. I can't get married to a Zambian. You know. Oh, I think I just need to stay in the West. And the same as maybe people here, the English will say, oh, I can't get married to an Irish. It's because you're still seeing that difference. But
Mm-hmm.
in God, there's not that difference.
Mm-hmm.
So the hurdles are there because once you start dating maybe the Caucasian man, and people start looking at you saying, you have taken our men, or you have taken our women, where our other brothers have found um, a Caucasian wife or and things like that. So those are always there. Those are always there. Kind of the hard things that you find even when you are walking. People like saying, "Oh, that man should have been married to a certain white woman, and you black woman, you are taking them." So those are the challenges that will come up
Mm-hmm.
again. Then the other hurdles is because um, we stop trying. When you close off, you stop trying or to learn the language. Is the other thing where people just like, oh no, I don't want to be with these people because I don't understand them. I don't understand their humor. I don't understand their way of eating and things like that. Then you close off. So open up your horizons, see people in God's eyes, and the moment you do that, you won't see any difference. And for my sisters, mature sisters who have closed up, I just want to encourage them to say, you know what? There is love out there. Once you stop seeing um, color, and once you stop, or let's say, where you stop limiting yourself to one particular group of people that you want to be. And then I'll also touch on, like what you have said about our children who are born here. They are our black daughters and sons, and they are in schools with those people.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing is with children, they don't see color unless us parents tell them.
Mm.
That's when you start looking at the issue of race or racism, because it is taught in our houses. And as parents will be like, bring me a daughter-in-law whom I can speak my language with. Or I want a son-in-law who speaks Shona so that I'll be comfortable, or so that they will do our traditions and
Mm.
things like that. So we kind of feed our children with those ideas. So it's out to us parents to leave our children make their choice, because the main thing is their happiness. I remember when I told my father that I'm going to get married to a white British, my dad, the first thing he asked me is, are you happy? Is he going to make you happy? Does he love you? Do you love him? So once you've answered those questions, you'll find that love is a beautiful thing.
Wow. See beyond color. Oh my God. It takes the Holy Spirit to actually make some people who are born in color to see beyond color. Oh my God. I think what you've said now makes so much sense. For someone who is finding love, and for us who have children, we have to just be colorblind basically. The most important thing is the happiness of that person and the values that person or I would say the qualities the person has seen in the other person and how they complement each other. That's what actually matters. So what changes did you have to make to accommodate the culture of both worlds? Because obviously you are a Zimbabwean lady and you're married to a British white guy. Obviously there's so
Mhm.
many compromises, there's so many things that you would compromise. For example, I'm from Nigeria, and there's some food, like you say, that when we make it, it stinks. So, and how did you do those things, those tiny things? What did you compromise to be able to make it blend perfectly?
Right. It all comes from a place of respect. Right. When we respect one another, respect the English culture, respect your African culture. So it's two people, right,
Mm-hmm.
coming into compromise, right? So it could be like, I like spicy food, but my partner will not want spicy food. So we say, okay, let's make it halfway. Then try this. Right. And with respect and with love. And sometimes love makes you do certain things. I never envisioned myself eating jacket potato with tuna mayo. Yeah, tuna and sweet corn. But I love now I eat it because I respected his culture. That's what he eats. That's what he likes. I didn't shun to say I don't want to try it. So it's all about being open to learn and to understand somebody's culture. And when again, the main thing again that I came into this relationship is the way I spoke to my in-laws. When the first person my husband introduced me to was his mother. And in an English culture, it's okay to call somebody by their first name. So I needed to tell them that, yes, I'm not yet married, but I'm sorry, I can't call you Joyce. Is it all right if I can just call you Ma for now? And when I got married, I just says, you are now my mother. So I call you mother. And my sister-in-laws, I says, yes, I can call you by your first names, but in my culture, I call you Tete. That means auntie. So, and again, you find that rich culture that we bring, some people will
I love it.
appreciate it
Mm-hmm.
because they've never had such respect in their lives. So at the end of the day, you find all those things that we have in our mind to say, oh, the English culture is difficult or it's an easy going. We bring something that is rich into their lives as well. So I really encourage all those mature women, Black women who are trying to find love. I know in this country, our Black brothers are very limited. They are all in Africa. If you are going to want to, or everywhere in the parts of the world. So whilst you are here, do not deprive yourself of being loved and of loving somebody because you are afraid. Mostly, I can say precious is the fear of the unknown. People they don't know what it is like, so you just close off and you say, "Oh, I don't want an Englishman, or I don't want a white man," or things like that. It's because they're just afraid. But there is so much that we can bring to the table. There's so much experience that we can bring to the with us, and it's a beautiful thing that we can bring uh, with us. So
Wow. Thank you so, so much. There's something you just said now that has actually reminded me of something I and my husband will always talk about in the house. And I don't know if you can actually um explain, or if you can talk about it a little bit.
yeah,
Sometimes we tend to talk about that when a black woman gets married to a different race, let's say a
yeah,
white man, it looks like the relationship works because the woman comes with that respect, comes with that the way we treat our men, we worship our men, we love our men, we look after our men, we cook for them, we wash, do everything for them. It tends to work. But the other way around, when an African man that is brought up in a way where his wife is meant to be cooking, be doing the dishes, cleaning, and doing all sorts, I found out that it's a bit difficult when a black man decides to marry, let's say, let's just say an English woman, because it's 50-50. It's not the same. Do you think that is true, or is just something that we're just talking from an outside point of view? I don't know if you understand my question, what I said.
yeah. I think I do understand it because I think on the men part, it's because you have gone on to this other side of the world, and your wife or the English woman doesn't know these values, that this is how you grew up to have a wife or a woman who will look after you. So what happens is you need to come to a compromise where you say, you know what? Yes, in my mind, I've been groomed up to say a wife looks after you, cooks for you, and all that. So, but now I've gone to marry into this race that says it's 50-50 love. So, with humbleness and love and respect, you find that our brothers are just doing it naturally. Those who want their wives to behave or to act as an African woman, they are finding it hard because these our other part will be saying, I can't be doing that. I can't be working for you. I'm also working. You've been to work, and you want me to serve you. But for us, maybe African women or Black women, because when we were growing up, we were already had that ingrained in us that for a house to function is the wife. But you find that our English or other races, they don't have that. They are told you are to help. A wife, a woman is a helper. But with us, it's like the house to function is you. You do the shopping, you do the washing, you do the cooking, you do the ironing. You've been to work, the two of you. you find the man who will sit down, take his remote control, and then you just give him food. But again, with love and with respect and with communication, that's the other thing, that's the key thing, communication. Sometimes we might do it because that's what is ingrained in us, but it's taking a toll on us. That's where again you find some relationship breakdown because when you are doing all these chores, you are doing them, but you are not feeling loved because you feel like you are just working constantly, and sometimes appreciation doesn't come along the way that you've, oh, thank you, my wife, you've done this. But then in every relationship, once you start communicating and speaking the things that are hard for you, things that you're finding difficult, in any relationship, be it interracial marriage or in your own marriage, in anything. So communication is the key.
Wow. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Thank you so much. Communication is the key. Respect, humility, love is so
Yeah,
important. We're going to go on the next question. How can you advise parents on blending in a relationship? Because like you mentioned, you've got a daughter. I don't know about your partner, but how would you be able to advise people who have kids and they are going into a relationship with someone who also have kids? How can they do that thing called blending with
yeah.
the kids here?
Mm. I think that's a very good blessing. My husband has got two, so we've got three girls. And whenever I'm talking, like people ask me, how many kids do you have? I've always say I've got three girls, 20, 29, 28, and 27. And people are always asking me, how did you do that? I say, oh, I didn't have a television. So that's why I've got all them three. So you find that because the girls are all grown up, and we didn't find any issue of maybe forcing them to be friends or anything. But again, with them three seeing the love that we have for each other, they just, what can I say? I think it was easy for them just to talk and just to also be part of the family that myself and my husband have brought them into as well. So you find like on our wedding day, my husband's eldest daughter was the best man, or I don't know whether we call that best woman.
Mm-hmm.
And because my dad couldn't come in into the country, my daughter Rumbi is the one who walked me down the aisle, and she's the one who did the father's speech. So again, when they see that beauty of love that has joined the two people, um, they tend to as well have that love and the respect that they see with us. I think it will be different for those who've got younger children as well. For those who've got younger children, and especially our mature women, what I would say is don't impose on your children to start calling your husband dad. Let it come from them themselves, whether they want to call your new husband dad or if they want to call him stepdad. Same as yourself. Don't impose your husband's children to call you mom. Um, Let it come from them. But the key thing is when they see the love that you have between the two of you, things will just fall into place.
Wow. Wow. Honestly, I can actually testify to this love. Though I haven't seen your husband, but when Rumbi talks and she's like, "Oh, she's just in love. Mom is just in love. Mom is mom is happy. Mom is just in love. All them too. Oh my God, you can't separate them." So when you hear a much well, I would say mature girl. When you hear someone who is in her late 20s talking about this about her mom, you would just know that she can clearly see the love. She can clearly see that you love your husband and your husband loves you so much, and that would as well make her like, okay, you know what, I can actually marry a white man. If my mom
Yeah,
can be this in love with this man, that means there might be a guy out there who might love me as
yeah,
well. So it's so true. Like I always say, you can't give what you don't have. The
yeah,
love is there. You can't pretend. If it's not there, it's not there. You can't hide it. You can't. You it's Love is something that you can't hide. Even if we go as mature as we are, we go to someone's house. Even if there's a fight between the husband and the wife, you would know. You would
yeah,
definitely know, even if they don't say anything. So when there's love, you can't hide it. It radiates. It shines forth. So if you're
yeah,
someone who has kids and you're going into a relationship, blending is possible. One of the
yeah,
things I've picked out from what you've just said is that don't impose, don't force, let it come naturally. The
yeah,
only work you have to do as the adult is make sure you are so in love, make sure you're loving, you're showing the love, your children are seeing it, and with that they would say, oh, if this person can love mom this much, then this person is worthy to be my I can call this person dad. And when it comes naturally, it's beautiful, very
yeah.
very beautiful. Thank you so so much for answering this question. We're going to the end of this program. I'm so happy that you just answered it like swiftly. I'm very very happy about the way you've answered the questions. What advice would you give finally? What is your final words to whoever is thinking of dating, whoever that shut the door, closed, and thrown the key away, or whoever that is already in that relationship who might be interracial or not even interracial relationship? What advice would you give to this group of people to be able to continue to find love and also make their relationship work? And what advice would you give to someone who is actually in that relationship but clearly can see that the relationship is going nowhere, but they just want to find love by every means possible? What would you say? Just in final words,
Yeah.
basically.
I think I'll start answering the your last point.
Yeah.
If you see you are in a position where you see nothing is going anywhere, time is precious. Leave it. There's somewhere where you are valued, where you are loved. And especially at a mature age, there is no time to waste. And there is no way you can force somebody to love you. And if it's not going anywhere, pray about it and don't waste time. Life is too short. And for those, other advice I can give to others is stay focused or remain focused. Um, there is so much that you can do other than waiting for somebody who doesn't respect you or who doesn't want the same goals as you are, because you are courting or you are dating, the end result that you want is marriage. You are not just as a mature woman, you're not just dating for fun. A fun, you have done it and it's led you to be at this point, so there's no time for fun. And you never have to prove yourself. If you find a man or you meet a man, and before they ask you about yourself, your spiritual belief, your backgrounds, or your goals, they go straight to ask you a question: can you cook? So, why would I have to prove to you that I can cook? So that won't be the person for you. They have to know you and appreciate you as who you are. All those things will come out and will be added. And also, what you need to know is uh, do not settle for less,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a time where you just say, "Oh, I'm tired. I also want to be called a Mrs." But if you want to be called a Mrs., what is that title bringing to you? Is it bringing more heartache? Is it bringing more pain? Because you have just gone to it. If you've got your standards that you have set and you've got your principles, stick to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing. And also, do not rush into anything. Because as we grow older, we might think we've got that sense of urgency to say, I need to settle in a relationship. So do not be in a rush for anything. The other thing is, dating does not mean sex. And as a Christian, mature woman, and I had to live up with the values of walking the road of abstaining. So that is something that is beautiful to wait, because the people will just say, "Oh, you are older, you have done that
Mm.
before. So why are you wanting to wait until the wedding day?" It is what it is that you need to wait for that day, because your Christian values, I'm going to tell you, are telling you that fornication is a sin. So when you are dating, you are not just or courting, you're not courting for that. And wait, because if you go into it so fast, that's where heartache's break comes in. So now, as a woman, because as women, we are very easy to love, and we need to guard our hearts. And if you just go in and do these things, you see that you've got that emotional attachment. That's where, again, the first one, where you just stay, where even you see you are not being loved because you've given something that is so important to you. You have given something that is of value to somebody who doesn't appreciate you. So when you're dating, you're not dating for sex. Wait for it. Remain focused. Never prove yourself. Never settle for less. Do not rush. And again, think positively
Wow.
and be patient.
Wow. Wow. Honestly, I am so, so grateful for finding time to come and share with us. I wish I can actually write on the comment section um what you can you guys please write on the comment section what um Connie has actually said. She mentioned being patient, don't settle for less. You need to love yourself. She mentioned a lot of things that you need to do, your values, you so many things. Don't rush into having sex just because you people feel like, oh, you're an adult, it's not new, so what's the point abstaining, you can always wait and all of that. And yeah, so many things. I just want to encourage anyone who is watching and people who are going to come on and watch this section that it's possible. The only thing that's not possible is are the things that you have decided is not going to be possible. Give it a try. I always say do for yourself what you can do and let God do for you the things that you can't do. Position yourself, love yourself, do the right things, heal from your past relationships. Don't come with the
Mhm.
baggages from your past relationship. Learn how to compromise, meet at the middle, respect each other's culture, see beyond color. Oh my God, so many points that I've got here that I've written down that you said this evening. I just want to say thank you so, so much. On the comment section, guys, say thank you. I can see that you guys are not asking any question. That means Mrs. Ashton did a perfect and a fantastic job. Well understood teaching. You don't need any questions. So on the comment
Wow.
section, please just say thank you to our guest. Why you're doing that, I'm just going to announce to you what's going to be happening the end of May. We're having our series, which is going to be starting with having some single guys that would come to actually let us know what they are looking out for, because sometimes we tend to forget that men have what they're actually looking out for, and sometimes we present ourselves the way we think they want to see us. So these guys are matured men that are ready to settle down. Who knows, we might even do some online dating as well and life. So I would like you to please look out for the poster, look out for the flyer, and also be prepared to invite your friends, your single friends, your anyone you know that is single basically, and also married people as well. Come and watch these guys air their view on the values and the qualities they would want in a woman they want to marry. That is the end of May. So guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much, madam. Honestly, I'm just
You're
watching you
welcome.
and I'm like, I wish I would look this good when I'm in my 50s, because the way you look good, I don't know.
Thank you.
Clearly, you're very happy, and God knows what your husband is doing. But whatever he's doing, my prayer is that he should continue to do it, because it's making
Amen.
you look amazing and making you look good. And I pray for you, especially, that God
Thank you.
strengthens your home, strengthens your marriage, and make your marriage to be an example to other marriages, so
Yeah.
people would know that it's possible to marry
Yeah.
someone from the other race. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you have anything to say,
Um,
madam, before we go offline?
I just, yeah, I just want to say thank you for inviting me. It has been a pleasure and an honor to be part of your um, this platform. And thank you to all those who have listened. And if there's any questions, anything, just direct them to Precious. And anything also that I still need to learn, if you have missed something, please let me know. But before I go as well, I want to encourage you to read this book. It's called the Five Love Languages: How to Express Your Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate. It's a 1992 book. It's by Gary Chapman. It will teach you a lot, especially all those women who are in waiting. Let's read this book and continue reading. That's another key. Let's read, let's research, find things that just keeps ourselves focused, keeps ourselves alert. There's so many videos now. This thing will be online. There's lots of platforms where we can learn. Don't be closed off. Thank
Wow.
you. And
Thank you.
may the Lord bless you and
Thank
increase
you.
you precious in
Thank
all
you.
that you're doing.
Thank you. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. So, guys, have a fantastic evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you next month, the end of the month, in I think the end of May. I'm going to see you. Bye for now, guys.